Okay, so in this video I'm going to be going over the physical pieces of work that I have created, obviously for my university stuff. Obviously in the last video I explained obviously over my sketchbook, and this work that I've done here is obviously in keeping with all of basically what I've described already. So the artist that I'm kind of channeling in this sort of piece was Gustav Metzger and his autodestructive work. But then still keeping in the theme of the band album covers. So what I've done is I took the Bring Me the Horizon, That's the Spirit album inlay and tried to recreate it obviously in a auto-destructive way. So I used a piece of acetate and I cut it out into the shape of the umbrella which is on the album cover and put it onto a piece of paper, put the screen over the top of it, and I got so many different colours of paint, and instead of just using one colour and putting it over the top and pulling it through, I splattered this paint all over the screen and just pulled it over once, and this was the sort of outcome I got from it. Obviously this first image looks great. In my opinion, it's got so many different colours and you can see where I've splattered the paint on it, and the logo on it is really good. Like, it's so clear. In general, this is the first image in a series of 4 that I did. The next image, so obviously as I've pulled it over, the paint's all got mushed up into so many different colours. So what I did is I just splattered a little tiny bit more on to the surface and pulled it through again. So that's creating slightly darker. So it's got all the muddiness of the mixed paint that was on it before. You can see where obviously all the colours have mixed. So as this series is going on, it's getting darker and darker. So the next image, I didn't put any more new colours onto it. I just wanted to see what it would be like if I just pulled the colour through once again. We got this image. Again, this image is a very muddy image. The colours are very subtle, more throughout the sides than it is the middle, which is here. Still very muddy, but also you've got more of the colours here and here. And the final image that I did was the last image, which is basically all the colours have mixed into this blacky grey sort of colour. So obviously I did these 4 images obviously to represent the decay of the paint and the colours and the image, kind of as if, oh hang on, I've just thought of something, as if the umbrella represents the rain and the rain has slowly washed all the colour away. Oh, once again, auto-destructive art. Me as an artist, I didn't have any control over the outcomes of what this was going to be, apart from the original placement of the colours, which in general I just chucked everywhere anyway. So yeah, I did this again, which I only had time to do 2, and the first one turned out really bad because I didn't manage to get my logo to come through exactly right, but in a way that it still looks good. So this was the image. What I did is I focused on just putting the paint at the top this time and pulling it down, so it gives that rainwater sort of look, which is like this. And it got a lot muddier towards the bottom. Obviously you can see that I didn't manage to pull the image through correctly, but kind of got a mysterious quality to it because of that, in a way. And then the second image, I didn't put any new paint on. I literally still worked with the same existing stuff on, and it's kind of made this sort of grey, pinky purple sort of colour go on it. This time I did manage to pull the symbol through correctly. So that was 2 images there that I did of my own design, which I really like, which is still reverting back to see all the auto-destructive stuff. Then what we did is we had a darkroom workshop, which I really enjoyed. In order to do this, we had to start off with acetate, which is basically see-through thin plastic. and we had to print on it a negative image of our choosing, which I went with the first piece that I did with the umbrella on it, which you can't really see it because it's in a negative, but all of the blacks are there. I don't know if I... But there we go, if I put that behind it, you can see all the different colours there. So that was the first one that I did. The second one that I did, I just did this one because I could. I was on one of the computers and I found my pieces of work from last year on one of the computers. So this, obviously this is one of them, and if I slide that over you can kind of get the detailed gist of it. So that was that one, and the third image that I chose to do was a negative of the image from my t-shirt photo shoot, which is here. Basically we changed those, used photographic paper and the proper dipping pool things and the washing and the drying phase of a negative photo printing black room, dark room thing studio. So these are the outcomes I managed to get from that, which they came out so much better than I thought they would, because looking at that, that's nothing, and when you see the outcome, how it came out, it looks like a photograph. It's so weird. Right, yeah. So I had that one. I printed that one out twice. So I printed that one and then this one. And then I printed my umbrella.